Good day, and welcome to the first in a series of flip lessons for our science fair. This week we're going to be focusing on the question. Every great scientist has an amazing imagination, a curiosity, and that curiosity leads to questions. For your science fair project, you're going to have to ask yourself, and I know you're all curious, you have tons of questions, but I want you to choose something that you're interested in, something that you've always wondered. And hopefully by the end of this process, you'll be able to find the answer to your question. The first and most important thing about your question is that it should be unique. Unique or original. That would be fantastic. Usually unique and original questions are the ones that are closest to your heart, the ones that are most personal. Avoid at all costs the how many Mentos can you put into a Diet Coke, or how strong is a Bounty paper towel, things like that. They've been done to death. I expect you to do better. I know you can. You're all very curious. Curious minds can come up with unique and original questions. If you're having difficulty coming up with a question or an idea, I want you to visit a website. That website can be found on my website, and it's at www.cella.us/links/sciprojects.html, or just follow the link. Cella is a school board in the United States. I found that they've had fantastic projects over the years. I don't know why they've stopped posting them, but if you're having a hard time coming up with some questions, take a look at some of their other projects, or some of the projects that were done in other years, in either grade 6, grade 7, and take a look at their titles. Take a look at their questions. It might be something of interest for you. You might actually find that there's something that interests you that you can kind of change a bit, make it unique to yourself. So if we take, for example, a project by Camden, okay? This project looks at football helmets and how they absorb the force of impact. You might be interested in doing something like that for yourself, and look at cycling helmets, skateboarding helmets, whatever you're interested in. We go take a look at that link, okay, the effects of football helmets. You take a look at what he did, how he did it, okay? Could you take that idea, modify it, and personalize it into something that's unique to you? Okay. The question needs to state cause and effect. Now, cause and effect. The cause is something that you're going to change. If you're looking at the football helmet example, right? You're looking at a football helmet, but you're going to change the amount of force that you apply to this helmet. You'll be constantly increasing the amount of force on the football helmet, and then you're going to measure an effect. And the effect could be a crack in the helmet. It could be a crack at an object on the inside of the helmet. The effect is something you measure. The third thing you should be considering is that your experiment or the question needs to be testable. Going back to our curiosity, I can imagine that some of you are curious whether or not dolphins can swim on the surface of Neptune. But as it stands right now, we can't test that. And so, albeit a nice question, it's not a great question for your science fair project. I want you to come up with a project question that you can actually test yourself, that you could change a variable, state the cause, and measure an effect. You should be able to do the experiment, do it again and again, and collect all your data, summarize your data, report on the observations, and then if other people in our class, in our school, or even in other countries are curious enough to see if this is actually true, they can do the experiment themselves. This is one of the fundamental components of the scientific method and science as a whole. The experiment needs to be testable and needs to be you need to be able to retest it. It's insufficient to collect observations from an experiment and report on them, and then try and convince people that, for example, this medication that you've created, that you've invented, can cure specific cancer if you've only done it once and it showed success. You need to be able to retest it, do other clinical trials to see if you get the same results. If you're going to try and convince some people that this new prototype football helmet can reduce concussions, then you need to be able to share your procedure and have other people retest the experiment and hopefully come up with the same results. Again, fundamental to the scientific method, and it all starts at your question. So I wish you good luck in choosing your questions. Feel free to visit my website, again, for specific experiments from other students at other school boards, or if you just need to review this learning goal, which is the question and the success criteria, which is how you could be sure that you'll do well at this. Thank you very much.